everybody. How's it going? I got a little worried at first. I tried recording, and the audio wasn't working. Like, no audio was being captured. Um, and turns out I didn't have to change anything. I just had to go into the properties and basically click the exact same things I just clicked, or, I clicked previously again, and then it started working. So I got a little spooked. I was like, oh no, I won't be able to finish. I won't be able to finish this incredible Shrek the Third playthrough for all your viewing pleasure. Anyway, so yeah, we're back with Shrek the Third. So, um, I think this part is actually similar to what happened in the movie. Oh, look at this. Oh, you can. Oh, you can actually. Okay, I didn't know you could destroy that. Um, but yeah, this is actually similar to what happened in the movie. They are stretching it for all it's worth, but yeah, this is somewhat similar. I think I remember. But yeah, more Shrek the Third. Um, gonna be honest, I will finish this playthrough, but I don't really care to play any more of it. Um, Next time, I will make sure to choose a game that I'm actually way more interested in playing. Um, I really wouldn't mind more games that I've never played before. That would actually be really neat. The only problem is finding ones that I know I can finish. Because, I hate playing a game and then having to just stop play it. Or stop, like have the playthrough end at like episode 7 or something because I just couldn't beat it. Um, I don't want that to happen. So, like I know there's like a possible one is I have like a Trolls game, and that's a game I'll probably be able to finish. But again, there's no way of knowing. Um, but I'm gonna see. I'm gonna try and choosing a game that I definitely have varied opinions on would also be kind of neat. Um, like if I were to play like Sonic Unleashed, that's definitely a game that I very much have. I definitely have opinions on that I would like to share. But at the same time, I've played a lot of Sonic games, and currently with Sonic Heroes, that is a Sonic game that's kind of just. It will be continued at some points. That's another Sonic game. And then it's like I would like to play a Mario game, but there's not a lot that I can finish. You know, ones from the past, 10, maybe 15 years I can beat. Super Mario 3D World, 3D Land, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, stuff like that. Um, but nothing that I can really stream. Um, I the closest one is like New Super Mario Bros. And I think I did end up doing 2 parts of that, but I quit fairly early on and I deleted the footage. Simply because like I bought it physically, and I was like, well, if I'm ever gonna play this again, I want to play it on an actual cartridge. Um, but there's plenty of others I can choose. I just don't really know which ones. Um, um, but yeah, maybe I don't know. Again, there's like so many franchises that I enjoy that I would love to do Let's Plays of, but there's a lot of them that I just can't beat. You know, It's like, oh man, I love Rayman, but the only Rayman game I've ever beaten in my entire life is Rayman Legends, um, which I already did a Let's Play of. You know, and then it's like, oh well, I love I love something like, I don't know, SpongeBob. But it's like, how many of those am I really willing to play? What am I waiting on right now? Am I supposed? Oh wait. Oh yeah, I need to collect 4 horseshoes. That's right. Um, but like SpongeBob, it's like, well, which ones am I willing to play? Because like, I definitely have beaten SpongeBob games. Um, plenty of them I've beaten, and I could play like Atlantis Corpantis. That's a possible one. Um, or like um, Truth or Square. I could play that as well. But again, it's like, am I in the mood for that? You know? I mean, Truth or Square would be kind of neat. Actually, Truth or Square sounds cool. I actually really wouldn't mind playing that again. It's been a while since I last played it, and I can beat it. I, there we go. You're a big boy, aren't you? What's with the music? But yeah, there's others that I really wouldn't mind playing. Just looking at my shelf right now, Teen Titans would be pretty neat. Um, but with how long those levels go on for, and how it's a lot of monotonous just button mashing, I really don't know how interesting of a let's play that would make. I mean, you know, usually I tend to go through, what is a game that I will actually, um, one that I would actually like want to play over, you know, stuff that people would want to see. And I know that sounds rude, but it's like, well, I'd rather be enjoying my time than doing something that will just please viewers. Um, but at the same time, with a game as kind of dull as Teen Titans can be, where it is just a ton of button mashing with a lot of cutscenes. I think that's the big thing. Like, so I can't talk a ton with Teen Titans because there's just a lot of talking, a lot of cutscenes throughout that game. Which is awesome when you're actually playing the game, but if you're wanting to let's play it, it does make it a little bit annoying. Um, I feel like the best games for this are like obviously collectathons, where you can just kind of like Banjo Kazooie would be awesome. If I could beat Banjo Kazooie, I would totally play that because that's like a perfect game to just have. You know, but there's others. There are ones where like they are challenging. I've only beaten them once, and I would be curious if I can do it a second time. Like Codenames Next Door, Operation Video Game. That final boss, that not the final boss, but the flight mission, the shmup that you play beforehand is so incredibly challenging that I really wouldn't mind trying it out and just seeing if I can actually beat it again. But at the same time, there's a possibility that I can't. And if I can't, well, that's, a 10-part Let's Play that just ends on a cliffhanger. Because, I just can't beat it. So, yeah, I don't know. I think I can... Can I lift these up? Oh, no, I can do this. see. Are they gonna block me? Nope, there you go. So yeah, that is a big issue that comes up for like Sonic Riders, where it's like, yeah, I've beaten Sonic Riders before, and it would be kind of neat to play that and see if I can beat it a second time. But those final races, man, they are rough. They they really put you through the ringer. So that's why I tend to favor licensed games, because those are games that I can definitely, just spend a quick amount of time on. They're short Let's Plays, which are good, and then also they're just like easy ones that I can just kind of turn my brain off and play. Um, and there are more licensed games that I want to play. Like I said, Truth or Square is sounding really good right about now, actually. I really wouldn't mind playing Truth or Square again. Um, however, you would have to listen to SpongeBob spout nonsense 24/7. If any of you have played that game, you'll know how annoying it is for all the SpongeBob quips that you hear throughout that game. He just won't shut up. Um, but I could probably just like drown that out, or there might be a way to turn off voices or something. Um, oh yeah, this one is just kind of avoid the enemies and just jump on the platforms because the platforms go away. And then there's others where it's like, it would be cool to play, but, I have already streamed them. Like Crash Warped. Like, I'd love to play Crash Warped, but I've already done a stream of that, Would that be interesting to watch being Let's Play? I mean, to be fair, a Let's Play, I'd be going for not all gems, but as many gems as I could possibly get, and as many crates as I could possibly get. So that's something unique. Because the speed run was just as fast as I could, not going for any boxes. So that would be, some unique take on it. So there's something to it. And I think the same would go for... oh, I was overzealous. I shouldn't have gone for those coins. But yeah, another one is like I didn't do a speed run of it because this was on my old computer, and the game ended up crashing. But Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex, I've beaten that game twice, so at this point I'm fairly confident that I can beat it a second time. But some of those later stages are very challenging. So that would also make for an interesting stream. But not only that, but just speaking of Crash games as well, the Huge Adventure. That's the one that I actually did speed run, and that would make for a good Let's Play as well. So yeah, I've got options. It's just whatever I'm really in the mood for at the time of playing it. Also, yeah, I missed out on that that drawing page. I completely missed out on that, but oh well. With these like games that have collectibles, I try and get whatever I can, but if I don't get it, I don't get it. I'm not 100%ing this game. Oh no, this is another one where, there you go, where the platforms fall. But yeah, so many choices. Whoa, okay. And only time will tell which one I use. For my time, it'll probably be like a month from now, because I don't record videos that often. Like this video is being recorded, I think, a week and a half from the previous one, maybe 2 weeks. But for you guys, it'll be like I probably only have maybe after this area is another princess area. No. After this area is a Pinocchio level. Sorry for spoilers, but I mean, this game came out like 20,000 years ago, so um, but a Pinocchio level, a princess level, and then the final level. So there's not a lot left. Oh, so this one is, I think it's each one opens the one that's next to it. Yeah, and then that. Okay. So this puzzle isn't like that annoying. You just raise these switches until you can get to that switch up there. And that's it. It's a pretty, it's not, I don't even know if I'd really call it a puzzle. Yeah, I just need to raise it enough where I can just jump over there. There we go. And there we go. And we are just about done with this level, and that will probably end it off. Let me just defeat this guy because he's ticking me off. So, I'm not gonna lie. Uh, Two times, there have been two times in the past, in, two out of my, like, three playthroughs of this game, where, I know it's gonna sound stupid, it definitely will, where I, it took me because I wasn't paying attention to the dialogue, and I was like, what the heck am I supposed to do? And then I had to look it up online. I'm like, oh, he said destroy the gate. He literally just outright said it, and yet I just wasn't paying attention at all. So, goes to show that you have to pay attention to Shrek whenever he's talking. And these jumps are kind of annoying. The platforming in this game is probably the weakest aspect. It's really bad. So to have this be like this big segment. There you go. So again, given that this is an area, you think you'd fight the evil queen? Um, but no, you don't even fight her. Okay, well, there you go. So Pinocchio needs help. And that's where this cliffhanger's gonna end. Is right here. You'll never know what happens, ever. There will never be another part, and you'll be stuck with this. Goodbye.